Yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Let's do a quick audio check, video check. Let me know that everything's good, and we'll just start ripping into it. What's up, Naga? Happy weekend to you. What's up, Cause? BA. Finally got a stream going here. Sports have chilled out a little bit. Hockey's done. Basketball is down to a crawl with just one series left. So a little more time to just listen to me ramble about some shit. Cool. So yeah, as long as the video is good, guys, let's just get going. So welcome back to another Metals with Mayne stream. I know I didn't get one in last Friday. I was a little behind the eight ball on some stuff. People proceeded to make a bunch of jokes about cocaine, which obviously are very funny. Back again. We'll be doing these every Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 1 hour after New York close. But yeah, very excited to just kind of see what's going on with the markets. Obviously, super crazy time right now. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit more, volatility today. Obviously, we sold off a bit overnight on equities, Bitcoin as well. Your risk assets, and then you saw a bump in gold. With just kind of the President Trump news. Obviously, Trump and the First Lady have tested positive for coronavirus. So whoever is writing this script for 2020, who I can only assume at this point are the writers for The Simpsons, just keep on coming, man. First day of October, last quarter of the craziest year in my lifetime, and it just keeps getting crazier. So with that being said, I'm not here to try and make some sort of obviously the BitMEX shit as well. Yeah, Shay. Not that those are quite the same, but I'm not here to try and make some predictions on whether or not Trump surviving, dying is good or bad for the markets. I'm more of a technical trader. That being said, I know there's been a lot of kind of tweets, posted recently around, the news and the charts and show me the chart and I'll tell you the news. And some of them are in jest, like mine, and some of them are not. So a quick comment on that. Like, if you think you can tell the future, based on a chart, you're out to lunch and you haven't been trading long enough. I think Cred, I believe, is who I saw posted. He put it quite succinctly. It will expedite things. You'll get volatility, but you can't. There's too much unpredictableness in this. You can't tell what's going to happen purely based on the chart in the news, right? So you can use them in tandem. And me being a technical trader, I don't rely on FA or anything like that too much. However, when there are multiple things lining up at the same time that I think can lead to a highly volatile event, or an event where, hey, do we have some fundamental aspects and then some technical backing to where this might have kind of be a catalyst to a move. That's something I'm interested in. And so the assumption, at least for me, is Trump having COVID is not good for the markets. He is still the president. He's 74 years old. He's overweight. He could die. I mean, whatever you think about Trump, I don't think you wish death on anyone. But at the end of the day, I don't think it would be a good thing, and if he died, for the markets, and I don't think him having it is necessarily a good thing for the markets. And when we line that up with what I'm potentially seeing in the charts here, I think we may be lining up for a potential, kind of awesome short setup here. going into the election on gold, silver, and then hopefully we buy the dip on gold, silver, on equities, on kind of everything going into the new year, and we could just have a green 2021, and everyone can be happy. Because this year's been tumultuous to say the least, and we deserve it. So, as you guys know, Metals with Mayne is really about where the fuck is the dollar going, and then we kind of make our assumptions and our decisions based on that. So what we've been talking about for a while is this exact chart. So I've had this exact same chart ever since I started doing these streams. It's been about a month now, where we kind of first identified on stream the 3 drives into our key. This is a quarterly level, 3-month chart level. We had that 3 drives kind of pattern happen, and then price seemed to have found support. We had our level that was capping the market, right? And then we had our first market structure shift from, kind of, this is the 12-hour chart here that we were interested in when we broke through here. So once we saw that market structure shift, again, this is all stuff we talked about in stream. So I definitely think, if you want to kind of see the flow of my thought process through here and how I'm kind of determining these levels and shit, go watch the previous videos because we kind of cover all this shit step by step. But then the next expectation that we were saying is, okay, I want this level to flip here. Right? We also have, potential support here, and I want to see a higher low form. That was the idea, right? Like I wanted to see, okay, we've got a low here. We've now broken market structure here. I want to see a higher low form, right? We had this wick where I said, okay, this might be the breakout, completely rejected. And then we finally got the breakout, and this was the level I was targeting. I said, once we break out of here, we're going to here. So it came obviously pretty close, but you can see that this breakout is also kind of perfectly in line, 25th of September, with this low here on gold, right? So again, basically the correlation is extremely high right now. This is just like an inverse, right? The inverse chart. So, you kind of have your, this would be your 3 drives, right? There would be your breakout and retest. So what we talked about on gold specifically was it kind of looking like the 6K floor. So if you guys remember, I was talking about this a couple videos ago, where I said, gold to me looks like Bitcoin at 6,000, and we're getting that kind of, bouncy ball kind of vibe. At least that's what I was getting from it. Obviously, we had this one bounce that went, this one move that went lower, but I was watching this, right? I was saying, okay, bounce, weaker bounce, a weaker bounce, a weaker bounce. Eventually, the floor is going to give out, right? So there's good long opportunities here, just like there was longing Bitcoin at 6K multiple times. But to me, this floor was bound to give out. And when it did, that's a short opportunity. And then obviously now that we're coming back and retesting it, this is where, multiple pieces of confluence are potentially lining up for me for a potential swing trade to the downside on gold. And I'll show you silver after. But the reason being is, to me, when I'm looking at silver here or the dollar here, I think this is just the retest of the breakout. So if that's the case, and that thesis is right, that this is a retest of the breakout, and if you guys remember what I've kind of talked about when we're considering kind of how do you use the dollar index in confluence with, the gold chart, which is traded against the dollar, right, is if I'm bearish on gold and I'm bullish on the dollar, I want to be shorting gold at resistance when the dollar is at support, right? And this is finally lining up into a potential swing trade. And so 2 weeks ago when I did my last video, I gave you guys a couple like day trade ideas because this was just taking forever to play out. This is just one of many markets which I trade. So I don't need to be in a commodities trade every day, right? So I'm happy to wait for this high time frame, high confidence setup that if I'm right, it's going to run. And I think there's a lot of things here lining up. So the fact that we basically have gold or dollar, here, sitting at support. So my thesis here is that this is a retest, right of the EQ of this move, right? So it's about a 50% pullback, right? So remember, really strong trend, you might get the 0.382, right? Sometimes you get the 50. The deep one is into here, right? So that's still possible. We could retrace deeper back into here, but I think this is an SR flip. That's what I'm banking on at least. And obviously, we can't know for sure, but I'm banking on this being an SR flip and this making another leg up towards here. So that's my thesis on dollar. So using this, now how do we go and make sense of this on gold? Right? So where did gold end the week? We had a little bit of a pump, obviously, yesterday. But what I want to say is, okay, well, where's the floor here? And to me, I like this level here. That's not the right magnet. What the fuck? Swear to God. Right? I like this level here. Right? So we've got a lot of sensitivity at this level. Little wick there, deviate below, back above, retest. It went, touched it, held the level, retest, boom, holding the level. And then when this level gave out, right, started closing below, retest, we sold off. Now we're back up into the level here. We also happen to have, you could call this a bearish order block. You can call this supply. You can call this whatever the fuck you want. So there's two situations that I see happening right now. With dollar being at support, gold being at resistance, this is what I want to see for a potential short setup on gold. If I'm bullish on dollar at support, bearish on gold, gold at resistance. So I want to be looking for a short setup early next week on this pair into this area, and I want to see the dollar hold this area here and move higher. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking at in terms of kind of a high time frame potential swing trade. So I will look to enter this trade on either the H4 or the hourly. There's a few different ways that you can enter it, and what I will try and do is when I see kind of price action open up Sunday night, I will then post on Twitter to update you guys about what I think the entry may be, because there's a few ways it can go. Right, we could see a move up above these highs, right? So we could clear out these highs here, some sort of swing failure pattern. Basically, I'm not banking on it having to be a swing failure pattern, but if we see a move up above and then a move back below this 1912 level, okay, I'll be looking to short into that level. And so whatever the move up above, so we deviate above, start trading back below, there's my risk now. And I'm now selling back into this level, and my risk is that move back above. Because if we come up here and we clear out this high, I think we go higher. And maybe let's say then we SFP that level, right? And then we start trading down here again. Okay, now my risk is here. I was stopped out for 1R. I'm back in. Okay, and your first target is right here. Okay, so that's not even the swing target, but that's just your first target. And I think that's a very reasonable trade. I think the risk is defined. Will be defined obviously based on price action, but I think you don't need price to go very far for you to get a decent trade here. It's not like at the target 1800, right? So let's assume it comes up, maybe runs these highs back below. I'm entering on a sell back into this area here. Okay, maybe I'll dial in on the lower time frame, look to get something tighter, but even to my first target, which is essentially these little equal lows right here. You're gonna get you'll get a 2.5 to 3R for sure. Ideally, even better. So I'm pretty happy with a trade like this, assuming that we see the dollar hold this low. Okay. Now, if the dollar wants to come deeper, which is absolutely possible, and still be bullish, I'm just gonna delete all this shit for a sec. Right? To me, this is a breakout. I think everyone can agree. This is a breakout here. Right? Of these highs, higher high, higher low. Low, high, higher, low, higher, high. I just need the dollar to hold here to maintain this potential uptrend, right? Up into here, which is my next target. So it can come deeper. Ideally, right, what we're doing is we're retesting this level and it's a shallow pullback, 50%, and we go. That's going to be in line with exactly what I showed you here on the short side. That being said, this can come deeper. If this wants to come deeper, this is the low that matters for this uptrend to kind of maintain structure. We can come deeper, right? We can come deeper into, kind of your OTE, whatever the fuck you want to call it, your 0.62. There's also demand here, an order block, whatever you want to call it again, right? Same shit, different term, right? So the origin, why is it colored all fucking weird? The origin of the move, what the fuck? Am I tripping or is this shit fucked? Here we go. The origin of the move, right, is here. So we can come back into to this here, right? We could have a low here, right? So there's your low. Early in the week, rip the low, back above, and go. If we pull back deeper, okay, then I wouldn't be surprised to see gold move up further. I don't know if we're going to get this on gold, but if we do, I'm looking to short here, right? Because this to me is this is a key level, right? This is the last up candle before all of this price action to the downside. We took out all of these lows. We even took out this wick, right? So we don't have to pull back all the way there. We don't have to, but we absolutely could pull back up into this area in a deep pullback, and that is an area that I would look to sell. So if we do get some sort of, clean, this is almost too clean for me, right? Where it's like, okay, here's your breakdown level. We're going to pull back all the way into there, right? But to me, this is a sell all day with my stop right above here. You could put your stop tighter, but I'm putting my stop here. That's just me, because if we get above here, I'm absolutely wrong. But this is a all day sell for me as well, and this would be confluent with gold, or with the dollar, excuse me, pulling back even deeper down to this area. But for now, I'm hoping, or not hoping, but what my expectation is, at least for early next week, is that we don't have as deep of a pullback, that this is rounding off as we speak. All of you TradingView wizards are just cringing watching me do this. I'm hoping that this is the low. And if that's the case, I'm looking to short into this area as I'd kind of described. So again, could see a move above. There's lots of ways that you can do this. If you go back into my previous videos, if you watch my videos on Sunday, I show you like 3 or 4 different ways that I like to enter a trade. There's lots of different ways to skin the cat. My advice is find 1 or 2, maybe even 3 entry triggers that and know how to see them happen live, know where to put your stop when they happen, and just stick to those. Forget all other ones. So one of those ones that I just showed you with the move above, back under, that's one that I like to use to enter trades on. Also, another one that I talked about in my video from Sunday is like a swing failure pattern, but then you zoom in, you kind of dial down the entry a little bit on the lower time frame. So we got to see what kind of price opens up like on Sunday and see what the dollar starts to do. But if the dollar starts to round off and looks like it's finding support there and wants to move away, I'm going to be looking to short gold in here on any sort of move into here where I can get my stop above here, and I'm going to be targeting these equal lows. Does that make sense? I know I just talked for 20 minutes straight. How much am I benching these days? That's a good question. I fucked up my wrist. I tore something called the TFCC. It's like the triangular fibril cartilage, blah, blah, blah. It's essentially like your ACL. It's like a meniscus in your wrist. So it put me out of commission for about 6 weeks from any sort of push exercises. So I haven't been benching at all. So I've just been doing hella deadlifts and hella squats. So my squat is up to like 270 now. So working towards 3 plates. Deadlift is stupid. So those have been going good. But yeah, I haven't done bench press in like 6 weeks. It kind of sucks. Because of this stupid wrist injury, man. It's a real bummer. I'll cover silver in a sec there, bro. Trump is going to survive. Great. Justin B says, I'm the gay bear of the year. Cool, man. Twice I've grabbed my mouse to move over the fucking favorite tools bar. Get it gone, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so bad with TradingView. Yeah, I'll cover silver in a sec. Yo, is me or him? Sorrow's Venezuelan internet sucks. I'm gonna assume Venezuelan internet is the issue, not me. Thoughts on a repeat of 2019 for gold? I'll take a look at that. Also, what up, Goo? Floor broke, consolidate on the other side, punch back through. Possibly. Fuck it. My wrist, fuck off my bitch. Oh, okay, cool. Future lyrics. All right, I'll cover silver now, but hopefully that kind of plan makes sense, right? That's something I've been trying to explain, like in every one of these videos, why I look at the dollar so much. And now we kind of have the perfect storm brewing in terms of, dollar at support, gold broke down at resistance. This should be a high probability short, assuming the dollar finds support. That in line with potentially the fundamental catalyst of Trump having coronavirus. Strong dollar means that equities, commodities, crypto are all going to take a dump. So it's something you definitely want to watch, right? The correlation between Bitcoin and the dollar right now is really high. So do I see a 3 drives pattern on the 1 hour on gold? We got 60 people watching. This is awesome. What's up, everybody? 1 hour. Yeah, potentially, right? So this could be exhaustion. This could be exhaustion here, right? So another, right? So I mean, we're zooming in now, right? But let's assume next week we don't get a move up, right? So I'm looking for like something like this, right? And then this becomes my 3 drives. But let's say we don't. Let's say this is the top here. Okay, this is the top, right? What I'm going to be looking for is some sort of neckline to sell, right? So where's a level that I feel like I can sell? Okay, well, this is the move that took out this high, right? So to me, we get back below this level, that's a sell, right? So this would be a lower time frame setup, right? But my risk is going to be tighter. My risk is going to be maybe here, right? Maybe my risk is right above here or wherever this sells off. Your risk, could even be as high as there. But, you're still going to get just to the, let's assume you sell it here and you have a super loose stop. Not sure why it'd be that loose, but I mean, still, that's a 2R. Right? And this is going further, right? If this breakdown happens, that's just to target 1. If this breakdown happens, I'm expecting gold to go down towards 1800. My next target is all the way down here. So even on that super loose stop, you still got yourself a 3 to 4R trade with a stop that's super fucking loose. I think if you're entering on the hourly, your risk is going to be more realistically down like this. And you could get in nice and tight. So this could be another potential setup, right? As you could be watching. Price action early, and if it looks like this is the top, like if we lose this level, that was the top into that gray, and you're selling into here, right? The only reason I'm not short this right now is because it's the weekend and we're Friday. I don't take trades on Fridays in the traditional markets for the most part. So I'm going to wait till Sunday night or Monday. And I'm going to see, right? If I'm bearish and I think we're going to have a down week, the high of the week is usually going to print early in the week. And that's where I want to sell around, right? So, you'll mark out your weekly open. Let's assume this is your weekly open. You think it's going to be a bearish week. If we're trading above the weekly open on gold, right? And then the dollar starts finding support. I want to be getting short. If we break back below the weekly open, I'm getting short like a motherfucker, right? And I assume that that's the high of the week. Right, so that's why you want to know where the weekly open is, the daily open is, all that kind of shit, and you can use those strategies. But if we're trading above the weekly open and the dollar is finding support, if we get below the weekly open on gold and the dollar looks bullish, I'm shorting the fuck out of it. Right, and that could be your trade. Your trade could be entry on below the weekly open, stop at the high of the week. Right, so the high of the week we're trading above, we break below, stop is at wherever it was above the high, trade it, boom. So there's your stop and there's your entry, right? And then again, this is your target, right? So if the weekly opens here and we start next week trading like this, dollar looks bullish. Soon as we break below here, my stop goes there. I'm looking to enter on a pullback and I'm trading it down to there. Okay, so I'm just going to explain all the same shit I just explained, but relative to silver now. Because the bias is the same, right? These essentially are going to be moving in tandem. The PA is a little bit different. But the idea is going to be the same because we're looking for potential bullishness on the dollar. So the two things I'm going to be covering here on silver are going to be the immediate sell. So assuming that the dollar finds support where it is right now, just like gold, where are we looking to sell it early next week? Or if the dollar decides to pull back deeper and silver decides to retrace more, where can we sell it? Thanks, Justin. Tyler D's the man. Risk to reward, that's funny. Damn, Trump's going to the hospital. That is not good. I don't know. Is Goo bullish on dollar? Give me that confluence, my man. So yeah, if we're bullish on dollar, right, what is the bottom half of this fraction? All right, so silver. Silver is like a little more clean to me than gold almost, right? Because to me, this is kind of your floor right here. Right, this is your... Right, so this is your floor here. So, I mean, we lost this level here a while ago, right? So there's your bouncing ball meme, similar to gold, right? We ripped there. Now we're underneath this level here. So again, similar to gold, I think early in the week, you know, you're looking to sell. You're looking to sell rallies on silver, assuming the dollar finds a base and continues to go up. So if silver, on silver, something that kind of jumps out to me here, right, is potentially this area right here. Okay. Reason being, let's say the dollar, again, holds that low, starts moving up. If I see some sort of move above this high, right, above this high, above these highs here, into this supply, bearish order block, call it whatever the fuck you want, that's a potential short, right? Stop above there, stop above the block itself for a trade further down, right? And this would be hard trending because of this price swing, right? That'd be right around a 50% retracement. Okay, similar to the inverse of what I showed you on the dollar, where the dollar, it's about a 50% retracement of the breakout right now. If it's trending strong, it should not come back above here. Okay. Now, another thing to watch here is there's a kind of a fair value gap here as well, right? So if it's going to pull back even further, there's a fair value gap here where we could look to sell into, and this would be more in line with kind of a deeper retracement, right? So there's your OTE, whatever, your 6.2 to 7.9, 618 to 78.6. I just round them because I am an ICT fanboy. But this is another area that I'd be looking to sell. Okay, same idea though as gold. I'm looking to sell rallies, assuming the dollar holds support. If the dollar holds support, I'm looking to sell rallies, whether it's something like this, right? Trade above, back below. I'm shorting that into this supply. Or if the dollar decides to pull back a little further and this pushes up further, I'm looking to sell into this fair value gap. Again, ultimately, I'm targeting lower. So I think my bias is pretty clear. I think what we need to do now is just be patient and wait. We need to see what price action opens up with on Sunday. I will do my best to remember to post a chart. As soon as the market's open and we kind of say, okay, I'll mark off the weekly open, right? I'll mark off the weekly open and then we'll watch. And I'll post a chart, I'll make a thread, and we can just watch and we can see what happens. But my goal is to, assuming the dollar finds support, enter a swing short on both gold and silver. And those are kind of the two potential setups that I'm looking for on each, based on the dollar either finding support here or ultimately pulling deeper into this area. But ultimately, you know, I'm still targeting towards 96 on the dollar. Doesn't mean the dollar is going back to 100. You know, it could go all the way up here and then all the way back down. But that's just kind of a, you know, potential setup I'm seeing for, you know, potential pullback in the month of October, going into the election with all the craziness that's going on. Yo, what's up, Trader XB? How you doing, bro? Yeah, like personally, I think if Trump's state deteriorates severely, I do think that's bearish for the markets. Um, so, what's with my 11.6 Bitcoin target? I don't know, hopium, bro. You ever heard of it? We can take a look at Bitcoin real quick. Right, so this is basically the exact setup that I just showed you on gold. Gold pulling back up into here. It's exactly what I just showed you on gold would be Bitcoin pulling up to like 11.6. Right, so 11.6 is this level like right here essentially. Okay, on support right here. Okay, so we made a low, made a high, potential higher low. This could be a higher high, but I'm looking to short this. But it's mostly hopium. Let's hope it happens. But this would be similar to gold doing exactly right this. Up into here, right, and then selling down. Same shit. Price action, kind of similar, right? There's your floor, trading beneath it now. So a move up and a retest of this level, that like I would short up there. I wouldn't long. I think we could go all the way up to 11.6, then fill in that CME gap. It's completely possible. We could just roll from here, right? If the dollar is super strong, but we could absolutely, rip up, see a couple, couple $200, $300, $400 candles, big $1,000 green candle, and then completely shit the bed. But that's all. That's all that was. What you think for equities? I mean, that would be bearish, right? If the dollar is going to be super strong, expect SPX and NASDAQ to go down. Does the paid group still exist? No, it does not. I have not been part of Bitcoin Trade Group for a few months now. I stopped that back in like June, I believe. Just wasn't wasn't in it anymore. It was a really good time. I loved it. I know we helped a lot of people. I posted a ton of educational content. And did just tons of streams, tons of videos, and it was a good time. But I just kind of got burnt out of doing. I was doing 4 or 5 videos a week, and it's just it was just stress and unneeded pressure that I didn't need, and I didn't want to be beholden to anyone, right? Like the thing is when someone is paying you for your analysis. If you don't give them the analysis or you fuck up trades and stuff, right? If I'm not posting enough, I feel guilty, right? Because I'm charging people money. So I just didn't want to owe anyone anything. So I stopped. I stopped doing it. It was a really good run. No hard feelings there, but just wasn't in it anymore. Kind of got burnt out, and I feel like my level of interest and effort didn't deserve money. So why would I charge people for it? Exactly. It gets the people going. Thanks, Trade XP. I love the way you trade, buddy. I feel like we have very similar styles. You're just a lot more kind of low time frame execution, which I love. I'm definitely trying to step up my scalping game a little bit. I would love to be able to trade the 1 minute chart like you. Bullish price targets keep the Bitcoin community alive. Exactly. Hopium 101. How do you think I built such a big audience on Twitter? Posting just bullish nonsense. Q3 has ended. Silver skyrocket. Forget BTC. ETH is the one to watch. 2.0 on the way. Sure, ETH 2.0 can be on the way till the cows come home, but ETH is not going to go up unless Bitcoin goes up. So just keep in mind, Bitcoin is still king. ETH can lead the markets, in air quotes. It does not fucking matter. If Bitcoin drops $3,000, everything shits the bed. And if Bitcoin pumps $3,000, everything shits the bed, and then it starts to go up. Thanks, Justin. Thanks, BA. All right, guys, that's all I got. So nice and quick video for you guys. I hope everyone has a super good weekend. If you got any questions, leave me a comment, hit me up on Twitter, shoot me a DM. I'll be back again Sunday. On Sunday, I'll be covering Ethereum, Bitcoin, some other altcoins and stuff like that. So I hope to see you there Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, really enjoy. Thanks for all of you for tuning in. It's awesome turnout. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll talk to you in a couple of days.